What's going on? Welcome back to Trending Stocks. Today I'm going to give you a pre-market update, go over some of the hot movers and everything else that you need to know. But first, make sure you guys hit that thumbs up and subscribe. Always greatly appreciate that. And with that said, let's get right to it. So starting off, futures are very much green as a result of Netflix earnings, giving a little bit more optimism about the foreseeable future. Today, after hours, Tesla does have their earnings as well. And you can even see the NASDAQ just in among itself is almost up 1%. So today should be a fairly good day. Fear and greed index is starting to creep back up, so it is at 73. So a lot of potential undervalued stocks will have their time to shine today. So I wanted to go over some of the hot movers. Again, going to start off with SOFI because I do cover that quite frequently under this channel. It is up about 2.06%. No news, no SEC filings. I guess I've kind of overlooked, but if you don't know what SOFI does, this is what their profile is. So you can always pause it, go through it, everything else. It is somewhat heavily shorted, so 13.82% of the free float's being shorted. Pre-market, shorts are increasing about 81,000 shares, so I guess they are doubtful about the validity of SOFI being up today and green pre-market. 123.65 million shares overall are being shorted. If you are looking at trading this, one point to very much watch for is this S1, so $7.94. Kind of flirting with it so far pre-market, but again, you'll need to watch for it to get above that in order for it to trend higher back into the 8s and so forth. So stay tuned for that. Moving on. Oddly, a lot of the hot movers today, very high volume, are EV stocks. Probably because that sector has been hammered quite significantly, but NIO is up 5.48% so far pre-market. This is what they are all about. No news from NIO itself, no SEC filings. So yesterday it did have a nice pop as a result of that package deal that was being proposed from the Chinese government. As far as right now, shorts are increasing about 537,000 shares, which is very similar to what is happening with SOFI. 18.45% of the free float is being shorted. 199.43 million shares overall are being shorted. So NIO is at all-time highs for its short interest. And interestingly enough, the Chinese government I don't believe they banned it, but they did tell market makers and just institutions to stop shorting. So that's kind of backwards. Imagine if that ever happened in the States. That would be crazy. Stocks would just go up like 30, 40, 50%. That would be insane. But if you are looking at trading NIO, with it currently at $6.55 pre-market, it is trading between this pivot and this R1. So $6.76 or 78 cents is going to be that next strong resistance that you'll want to watch for NIO to get above. Kind of touched it yesterday, so it did have a high of 688. But still, stay tuned for that. Moving on though, so this one is ticker SPRC, so SOFI SPRC, if I'm saying that right. But this one is up 96.53% so far. Very small market cap company, so 1.81 million. This is what they are all about, so you can always just kind of pause it, read through it. It is under the pharmaceutical industry, but as far as why it's going up, it is because of this news, so press releases. So it does look like they're announcing a 20 million standby equity purchase agreement. And based on the market cap and how much they're burning through, clearly this is the saving grace for them, at least in the short term. So clearly it's going up, so that's kind of a good thing. On a side note, if you are looking for a lot of good compiled information, such as press releases, SEC filings, related news, like earnings, take a look at Seeking Alpha Premium. I do have a 7-day free trial for you, so you can take advantage of that. It does make you a better investor, and plus you can kind of avoid any stocks that are doing kind of notorious reverse stock splits, because usually those companies don't really end well. So this company did do a reverse stock split, a 1-for-26, and that was done on September 28th, 2023. And when it comes to this company, it's somewhat shorted, so 5.97% of the free float's being shorted. So far about 1,000 shares is being increased by shorts, and 30.97 thousand shares so far are being shorted. So it is what it is. I think it's kind of normal for that industry. If anything, it might be a little bit low, but if you are trading this currently with it at $6.63, it is between this pivot and this R1. So $8.42 is going to be the next strong resistance, and $6.36 is going to be the next strong support. So in my opinion, I feel like this has gone up very, very high, and with very somewhat low volume, it might actually get pulled back down into this S1 to the pivot. But then again, I'm not a financial advisor. So this one's also a popular one. So Marathon, ticker MARA. This is what they are all about. has gone down quite significantly as Bitcoin's pulled back somewhat. There has been no news associated to Marathon itself, but Bitcoin's up 3.2%. So yesterday it did briefly break below 40,000. It's trying to fight back to go up higher. So this does show people's appetite for risk is going up. And of course that does stem from Netflix earnings. So Marathon definitely benefiting from that. Marathon is somewhat heavily shorted. So 21.83% of the free float's being shorted. Oddly enough, this is the first stock of the ones I've talked on that shorts are returning 12,000 shares. But that's a very small drop in the bucket because 48.37 million shares are overall being shorted. So take that with a grain of salt. If you are looking at trading Marathon though, with it currently at $17.10, it is trading between this pivot and this R1. So 1660 is the strong support and 1829 is going to be the next strong resistance. And finally, Tesla, currently up 1.72% pre-market. No news, no SEC filings for Tesla. They do have their earnings after hours today, so this one is going to be a very volatile ride. As well, shorts have kind of started to increase a little bit. So 3.27% of the free float is being shorted. Normally it was around, it looks like, the low threes. So kind of small still though. I feel like this is going to cause a lot of volatility, not associated to shorts though. Shorts are returning about 19,000 shares pre-market. And if you are looking at trading this with it at $212, it is trading between this S1 and the pivot. So 208 is going to be the next strong support, and then 214 is going to be the next strong resistance. So let me know your thoughts. What stocks are you watching this morning? Or are you selling options like maybe covered calls? Do you think that this is a justified rally? Because majority of the stocks I did bring up, shorts are increasing. So maybe there's some doubtfulness that is happening. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts. One final thing, take advantage of this promo. This is a kick-ass promo. Simply sign up for an account with Moomoo, throw $100 at it, and you get 5 free stocks. Each stock is valued up to $2,000. Crazy deal for especially just depositing $100. And plus, you can see any cash that you do have in this account. You're earning 5.1% APY plus an extra bonus 3% APY as well. So this is a win-win. Link in the description below and also the comments. With all that said, appreciate all of you watching.